Hi, this is Hales, and this watercolor demonstration continues from demonstration 3, and this time I finished the painting with the foreground. I'm going to lift colour back for the white accents, place a flock of sheep to reinforce the foreground with interesting groups, then I will modify the sky and sign the piece. Just clean water is used here with a stiff brush, and I put the water on in areas which will become the sheep's back. I don't rub and scrub at the paper, I just let the water sit for a few minutes and then I lift it off with a tissue. I then reshape these white areas so that I start to get the distinctive shape of the sheep. I then look at making little groups, getting smaller as they move away in space. The non-staining colour means I can move this paint around at will. I'm then adding the darker areas on the sheep to give them some form. I don't need a lot of detail here, just some distinctive shapes that indicate that these are sheep, not cows or horses. And as long as one or two are well defined, I do not need to make all of them really clear. I could, if I wished, start with a darker colour and lift the light out, but I liked to see where the whites were going to show in this landscape. I add these little darks through the whole flock and then a bit of shadow underneath to just anchor the sheep into the landscape. And here's one that I'm starting with a dark. I will then use my stiff Taklon brush to just lift the light out of his back. And I'm almost done. I think I'll sign it. You always need to stand back and have a good look before you're really finished, and I notice a big white area down the side of this painting, and so I'm going to add a little bit more blue here to break it up, because this will be an ugly shape against my mount card when I frame it. I then notice that there's a very dark area with the trees across the grass, and so I lift a few smaller sheep out of this space. This adds to the depth in the foreground. My painting seemed finished before, but now I've got an even better narrative in this picture.